She appreciates you, yet now she's growing distant. She once responded promptly. Now it takes hours. Occasionally, not at all. You find yourself pondering, what shifted? You scrutinize every exchange, every conversation, seeking the misstep. But here's a profound insight many overlook: her distance isn't inadvertent. There's an underlying cause. Grasping it can transform how women perceive you. In this discussion, we'll explore 6 compelling explanations for why she might overlook you, despite her interest. And concluding, I'll reveal a pivotal perspective that reorients the dynamics to your advantage. Let's proceed. First, she's assessing your emotional resilience. Interestingly, her silence isn't always an effort to repel you. It's a subtle evaluation of your character, conveyed not through dialogue, but through absence. Women rarely inquire outright, "Are you emotionally sophisticated?" Instead, they introduce a hiatus to observe your composure amid uncertainty. Perhaps you were communicating daily, interaction seamless, then abruptly she ceases responding. No conflict, no rationale, merely stillness, evoking that subtle unease, the impulse to rectify, to intervene. Thus, you send follow-ups, escalate, verify her engagement. Yet her oversight isn't due to waning affection. She's observing what your restraint reveals about you. Maintaining equanimity during her withdrawal, avoiding pursuit, exaggeration, or manipulation, conveys more about your assurance than any verbal assertion. It's not merely patience she's probing, it's your poise. Can you remain steadfast in ambiguity? Can you retain command when equilibrium wavers? That's true emotional fortitude. And inherently, women are attracted to a man who's anchored. Not aloof, but reliable. The common error is believing persuasion is key. Rather, demonstrate autonomy without overt effort. For confidence manifests subtly, not vociferously. It's evident in refraining from pursuit during her retreat. In sustaining your regimen, your priorities, your trajectory. Witnessing this elevates her esteem, her interest rekindles as you illustrate independence from her validation. That's influential. So, when she withdraws next, pause reflectively. Avoid immediate messaging. Nor adopt indifference. Simply maintain equilibrium. Allow her to sense your stability. For in truth, her silence isn't dismissal. It's an opportunity to distinguish yourself. Succeeding in this draws her return, not from obligation, but authentic regard. Second, she's grappling with internal ambivalence. At times, her reticence concerns her alone. We often view attraction as binary, present or absent. Yet women's emotions are nuanced. She may value you, but doubts arise about suitability. Perhaps past wounds linger. Or she fears recurring cycles. Or your bond intimates vulnerability, which alarms her, as profound affection entails relinquishing control. For some, that's daunting. Rather than articulating confusion, she withdraws to contemplate. But many interpret this as disinterest, reacting with urgency. Intensified outreach, persistence, escalation. This amplifies her retreat, not from faded sentiment, but because your approach validates her apprehension. She sought solitude for security, you encroached. If confusion prompts her distance, afford her psychological latitude. Convey empathy succinctly, understood, proceed at your pace, outperforms fervent pleas. Women seek emotional lucidity before disclosure. Silence isn't invariably evasion, sometimes it's self-preservation. Compelling connection prematurely is counterproductive, as authenticity thrives in autonomy. Exhibit patience, stability, and detachment from outcomes. This fosters trust for her openness. When secure, she'll re-engage voluntarily. Pressure, however, prompts further withdrawal, despite lingering care. Thus, if distant presently, view it not as repudiation, but her introspection. Grant that without ego involvement. For silence can signify, allow me time, not negation. Handling it serenely, sans alarm, highlights your distinction. Third, she's inundated, and you internalized it. A stark reality often dismissed, her quietude may unrelated to you. Perhaps professional chaos overwhelms, familial tensions drain, or unspoken worries consume her. While you dissect her unacknowledged note, she's striving for composure. Yet many personalize, equating silence with apathy. Responses turn to irritation, irony, or reproach, eroding appeal swiftly, revealing insecurity over compassion. Women discern emotional tenor. A man's serene, empathetic, secure demeanor distinguishes. Opt for brevity, wishing you well. No insistence. This exemplifies maturity, offering respite sans demand. Paradoxically, it hastens her return, as genuine appeal transcends verbiage. It's rooted in evoked sentiment. Amid stress, she requires tranquility, not turmoil. Perceiving non-judgment in her absence positions you as sanctuary. No longer mere suitor, but insightful ally. Thus, upon her vanishing briefly, abstain from conjecture. Eschew monitoring or lamenting alteration. Preserve calm. Await her initiative. If interested, she'll reconnect. Overburdened, she abhors coercion. Potently, ceasing pursuit mirrors her void, evoking her longing. She'll recall your forbearance, equanimity, constancy, prompting return. Not rhetoric, but aura. Occasionally, inaction proves most efficacious. Fourth, your intensity overwhelms. Candidly, her avoidance may stem not from disaffection, but from feeling besieged, perhaps unwittingly on your part. You perceive diligence, reliability, commitment, she senses constriction, an inability to reflect sans obligation. Recall, compulsion stifles allure. When notifications accumulate, what's new? Noted my prior. It burdens. Not that discourse displeases, rather, no room remains for yearning. Mystery sustains intrigue. Predictability in timing, content, responsiveness erodes curiosity. You've expended energy preemptively. Consequently, she disengages, not from disinterest, but to reclaim emotional expanse. The expanse for outreach, speculation. Intensity skews equilibrium, discovery yields to siege. Balanced pursuit sustains thrill, imbalance breeds strain. Remedy, decelerate authentically. Align tempos, not absences. If delayed, reciprocate thoughtfully, not vindicatively, but harmoniously. Curtailing excess yields shift, her focus reorients, sensing your withdrawal fostering desire over ubiquity. Daily contact isn't requisite for remembrance, impart resonance per interaction, poised, assured, engaging. Seek not affirmation via dialogue, invite her volition. When conversation feels elective, not mandatory, affinity flourishes organically. Thus, cease propulsion. Harness quietude strategically. For restraint often communicates profoundly. Fifth, she's gauging your alternatives. A reluctant admission, women favor sought-after men. Not manipulatively, but as validation affirms merit. Consider. If universally overlooked, why deem you exceptional? Perpetual availability, anticipation, exclusivity signals security sans spark. Thus, silence may observe your response to detachment. Does absence unravel you? Social withdrawal ensue? Or persist thriving, engaging, advancing, undeterred? Women note behaviors, not declarations. Perceiving external valuation elevates perception. You embody prestige, assurance, dignity. Not presumptuous, but autonomous, undependent on endorsement. During oversight, forego alarm. Share achievements. Socialize. Pursue aspirations. Convey progression irrespective. This catalyzes, silence breeds intrigue. She questions evolution. Why the cessation of pursuit? What occupies? Dynamics invert. From pursuer to focal. Recall, desirability attracts, desperation repels. Fill not voids hastily. Let conduct resonate beyond text. Probing not eloquence, but autonomy. Realizing self-validation, she experiences a new esteem. For esteem, not mere notice, compels return. Sixth, her interest simply wanes. The unpalatable verity, occasionally, disregards signals mismatched sentiment. Acceptable. Not inadequacy on your part, incompatibility. In an era where rebuff wounds ego. Investment unreciprocated stings. Yet rebuff redirects, not diminishes. Providence is cue, not this, not yet. Genuine enthusiasm ensures engagement, busyness excuses not priority. Accepting liberates from futile quests. She may appreciate, yet insufficiently. Persistence devalues, charm morphs to imposition. Response, cease persuasion. Redirect inward, vitality, ambitions, serenity. Evolving precludes fixation on oversight. Authentic assurance accepts selectivity. Harsh, she's entitled disinterest, you're entitled progression. Graceful handling differentiates, eschew please. Embrace reticence as resolution. Potent, as exemplars release sans pursuit, valuing tranquility over validation. Ironically, detachment often rekindles notice, self-prioritization transforms pursuit to synergy. Now, the transformative insight. Cease seeking selection. Many expend existence pursuing validation, from partners, peers, society. Assuming affection demands flawlessness, endurance, ubiquity. Yet verity, affection's recognized, not merited. Oversight invites doubt, fault mine. Insufficient. Intensify. But impetus, apprehension. Of obscurity. Of undesirability. Of isolation. Pivot essential. Allure commences embodying, not pursuing, affection. Cultivating purposeful, serene, assured demeanor obviates selection, you select. Bearing becomes allure. Validation superfluous for worth. You possess worth. Attention unbidden. Radiate affection innately. Relinquishing authority to responses restores liberty. Cease reaction. Initiate guidance. Evoking profound reverence. Women gravitate to self-contained men. Not impeccable, emotionless, rooted. Discernible in self-acceptance. Unfazed by quietude. Resilient to separation. That's triumphant sans effort. Thus, affirmation, oversight. Forgo chase. Withdrawal. Eschew frenzy. Silence. Preserve integrity sans bridging. Quietude not invariably denial. Occasionally, safeguarding. Not forfeiting affection, discerning harmony. Realizing worth independent of notice renders invincible. You'll draw equivalents, not depleters. Connection serene, not anguished. Paramount, self-preservation amid validation quests. Ceasing selection pursued renders you indelible. If resonant, reflect momentarily. Inhale deeply. Visibility demands no pursuit. Apt counterpart aligns with tranquility, not turmoil. If impactful, engage, endorse this content, disseminate to needing allies, and follow InspireX motivation for deeper relational insights, emotional acumen, and self-esteem guidance. And recall, affection emerges not from chase, but embodiment. Till forthcoming, remain anchored, assured, and compassionate too.